Slack Tail Squad, assemble.
If you are listening to this, you remember the Great Slaptail Nation, my nation. And who am I? I'm the Beaveman, master of the universe, creator of all things great and small, and Lord High Commander of the Great Slaptail Nation Army. And with me today, here in the Beaver Den, with an ass so fine, I'll make it want to violate the first commandment, the Padme to my Darth Vader, the evil into my Skeletor, and the Harley Quinn to my ever-so-sane Joker. I give you the heart-shaped ass that is the Swan. Say hello, Swan.
Hello, Swan. It's
How
back to
are
heart-shaped?
you?
Is
Sure,
it only
why
because I'm
not?
fatter?
Yes.
Oh, that
It's
sucks.
a plump heart.
The one and only Chubby Swan.
Chubby Swan has returned.
I can't help it. I'm stressed out.
Athletic Swan has left the building.
Athletic Swan has left
years.
the building. No, I was in... No.
No, when were you saying you were Athletic Swan?
Maybe just a few... Less than a year ago.
You were Athletic Swan just less than a year ago?
Not ripped Swan, just Athletic Swan. Like, probably Soccer Mom Swan.
Soccer Mom Swan?
Yeah.
That's not...
That's not good. That's not good. I don't know.
That's usually a Karen haircut, some sort of a sweatshirt.
Ooh, I do like a hoodie.
With a kitten on it.
No kittens.
Oh.
No. Oh, I do have a t-shirt with a kitten on it.
Yeah, that's different.
Yeah, okay.
That's different.
Not
Swan,
a
you have a
sweatshirt.
new background? You have a new backdrop?
I do.
Are you pretty happy
I
about it?
do. It's all right. It's
wanna
probably, it's
describe
less
your
prison
background?
like. It's a banner with stickers of a lot of things, but some of our favorite local comedians and some, stuff on it. Yeah.
So we would like to fill that banner.
So send us stickers.
Yeah, every time
Whatever kind of stickers you want to send us.
Well, yeah. I mean, we'll start hitting
We'll
people
screen
up.
them first, but we'll put them up.
Yeah, most likely.
Most likely.
Who we got up there? We got James Rivers up there.
We got
We've
Matt Cook.
got Abby Lemke, Chase Richards, and then we've got the mascot for Rocket Comics, who has always been good about supporting our comedy.
Yeah, they're pretty dope.
Yeah, pretty dope.
We have a Bell's Brewery.
And we got Depot Town Comedy up in Yipsy Lipsy Annie.
Yipsy
Lipsy Annie. And we've got a Max Tidy Crucifying Grogu. I'm not sure how I feel about that one.
I mean,
Unless you're saying that Grogu is our savior.
Ooh,
maybe that's what it's saying.
Ooh, I don't know. We'd have to ask Max.
Yeah, probably.
To see, yeah.
Also, Swan, I'm going to do something new from now on. We're going to start off with just, not going to go too crazy with it, but it's come to my attention. I brought it to my own attention that when I'm watching the videos that we edit for clips, I seem to look like I have no facial expression whatsoever. And probably that's how I go about my day.
No facial expressions, just expressionless and cold and dead inside.
Yes, like a shark. The shark with dead eyes, like a shark, like a doll's eyes. So I'm going to start doing things like looking like I'm intently listening.
That looks probably like you're about to have a stroke.
Smiling.
Cringy and creepy.
Bloated.
Probably, yeah, that's pretty accurate.
Constipated.
That looks worried.
So, yes, I'm going to start doing that so that I don't look like so stone-faced. And I'm sure it will be helpful for the listening audience to know
Since
how
this
I'm
is an
looking.
audio
Since
podcast.
It's an audio podcast, but when we do clips and things.
Ooh, or should we try to guess what your facial expressions are?
You can do that, too. That might be fun.
That might be fun. Okay, show me
don't
one.
know how
Let
many
me try one. Let's try
Okay, here we
that.
go.
That is your derp face.
That's harsh. That's actually my frog face.
Oh, I thought it was okay. What is that
Whatever.
one?
Anyway.
Oh, okay.
It's
That's your
frog
monkey
puffing out
face?
his cheeks.
Oh, puffing
It's the
out his
frog
cheeks.
chucking out-
Oh, do a monkey face.
I don't know if I have a monkey face.
I thought you and our former friend did have a monkey face.
I don't know that. I don't recall a monkey face.
I think like the lips have to be out, like something. I don't know. I don't remember. But no,
It's my
that's
vagina face.
that's like, ooh, that's an ugly.
This is my what do you call it? A prolapsed rectum face.
You would have to show that one to Kate Dore and see if it's accurate. You could ask her to look in the mirror and see if that's what it
Oh,
looks
this one's
like.
really stretched sideways.
But remind her not to send us pictures because no one needs to. We don't need to see.
I'm
those
tired of
pictures.
patients sending me pictures. Somebody sent me a picture of their nutsack the other day, and I was like, "Why?
For like,
Why?
what was the complaint? I have a rash.
Jock
I
itch.
have, oh,
It
Jesus.
was literally just jock itch. I'm like, I know
Just
what jock itch
believe
is.
me. We believe you.
Yeah, you don't have to send me a picture.
Okay.
You don't have to send me a picture. So I posted with my colleagues. I'm like, can we get them to stop? We have a notice on these platforms to say, please don't send us pictures of your genitals, your
Or you
asshole,
need someone
your
to
boobies.
screen it and it'll block it out like it
Yeah,
does for
something-
sensitive material.
They should, because
Yeah.
you would be surprised how many people try to send pictures of their children. Also, I'm like, you don't know who's on the other side of that picture.
Yeah, some
Don't
creeper.
do that.
No, we don't need to see pictures of
Protect
stuff.
yourself.
No, yeah.
And then one of my colleagues was like, well, but it's better than them trying to show us on camera. I'm like, no, it isn't, because they don't need to send it. They don't need to show us at all.
Like, we believe you.
We believe you.
And if it's something that's questionable, you're going to send them in for a real in-person assessment.
Exactly. Yeah, don't send
Which
me this stuff.
I guess, Telederm takes pictures and it's encrypted and all that stuff.
But ours isn't.
It's not?
No, it's
your end-to-end conversation, like your video visit, isn't?
and also I'm not going to get too much into the weeds on this, but with telemedicine in urgent care, basically those things, if it's a visit that isn't what we call synchronous, in other words, it's not in real time, there might be 4 providers that touch that chart.
Yeah.
So you're just showing everybody your bits.
Don't show your bits.
Don't
Keep
show
your
your
bits to
bits.
yourself. If you want to do that on your own time, maybe on your OnlyFans or I don't know, whatever, where people are going to pay for it, that's cool. Do it. What? Is that your shocked and amazed face?
Sure, I don't know.
Oh.
I don't have any emotion, so
Because you're a
you're just
robot.
gonna have to.
So this goes back even further because it's probably related to your you're not from this planet thing. You're figuring it out. This is a new development for you. Maybe like your AI stuff is kicking in.
I don't know what any of these emotions are, though.
Well,
They all look
I
the same.
think you're gonna have to figure
Here's
it
me
out.
happy.
That is pretty reflective of your happiness.
Here's me sad.
Yes.
Here's
yes.
me interested.
That tracks. Oh, you tilted your head a little bit, so that either
I
means
had
your
water
head
in-
got heavy,
There was water
your
in my
head
ear.
got heavy,
There was some
or
water in my ear. Yeah, sorry. I had to get the water out of my ears. to
gotcha,
shower.
gotcha.
This was one of the best times of the year for me because it's the first week of May. Unfortunately, by the time this comes out, I will have already missed the boat. I usually like to watch Star Wars almost every day the first week of May. It's kind of my thing.
Ooh, you've done it once,
Well,
maybe twice. I think you watched a cartoon the other day.
I did, and oh my God, it was one of the best episodes. If you've never seen Rebels, I love Star Wars. I don't know if people know that. It should be obvious. If you look behind me, you can see all kinds of Star Wars stuff. I have the scripts for 4, 5, and 6 that we bought on Hollywood Boulevard. So they're up there, and I've tried to get people to like come over and read them. I think I have the right friends now, though, that would actually come over and read the script with me. That would be fun.
Is this a challenge? Like, should we issue it live? Well, recorded, not live, to see if they would actually do it. I can tell you who I think of your friends would actually do it, and then you could tell me who you would, and then we can see who actually does show up. Does that sound good?
Sure.
I feel like our buddy Nolan would.
I think so. Sure.
I feel like Joe would.
Yeah.
And then I'm questionable. I mean, I feel like they would want to, but would they actually be able to? Your 3 co-nerds from your jujitsu class.
I feel like they would also. And then I also feel like we could probably rope Carl into doing it.
Ooh, yeah. Carl could probably do it. He's pretty busy, though, I think.
Yeah, that's the thing is he's very busy doing
he would
comedy.
really want to do it. Maybe he
Right.
could Zoom into a reading of if you gave him a copy of the script.
Well, that's the thing is, am I allowed to copy it?
Are you going to do it for fun? I feel like you
Yes.
can copy it if it's just for your own personal publication. However, if you're going to read it out loud, or
Well, I mean, you
not
can't
read
do
it out loud.
You can't do it as a podcast.
No, you can't. No, you can't. You could take pictures of you reading it and post maybe. Like, this is my nerd party. I mean, super cool Star Wars reading character dramatization, whatever you want to call it.
You do know that in 100 years, if the human race survives,
Mm-hmm.
let's say there's a cataclysmic event
Uh-huh.
But there's some survivors, or there comes visitors
And
to
the
this
time
planet.
capsule has the
There's
Star
going to
Wars in
be
it.
people that assume that this is actually a religion.
I mean, probably, yeah, because there's so many novels of it and movies and books. And yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Manuscripts, yeah, shall we say.
If it wasn't for the fact that I love JC so much, and by the way, my JC is jacked. He's a
He's
badass.
ripped.
He's a big dude.
got-
He's literally like Conan, except he's dark because Jesus was dark, and he's got dark eyes.
Would he
But-
still have the long Jesus hair?
He does have long Jesus hair,
Okay.
but he's like 6'4", just massive. Makes Goliath look like a nothing. Anyway, that's my Jesus. Anyway, if I didn't believe in Jesus
Your
so
Jesus
much,
is like Jason Momoa.
my Jesus makes Jason Momoa look small.
Ah,
No, my Jesus.
no offense, Jason Momoa, because we know you're listening.
Yeah. Sorry.
My Jesus is Jason, like makes Jason Momoa look small. That may be like a great hashtag.
Be a good sticker, I guess. My Jesus. I'd probably sell that down south. My Jesus.
My Jesus.
My Jesus, bless
Makes-
his heart, makes Jason Momoa look tiny. Makes him look small. Bless his heart.
Yeah.
Anyway, Swan, unfortunately, you have not consumed as much Star Wars as me.
No, and I, unlike you, I watch it for, okay, and this is like so Ron's. I watch it for the content or like the behind the scenes, not even behind the scenes. No, it's not Ron's. I was just trying to bring back something, but I watch it for like as a movie. Like they can stand alone or come together, but you kind of have to know a little bit because you could watch them all separately out of order and they would still stop it. What the fuck? That means like you have something stuck in your tooth.
No, that was my lion face.
Oh, that looked like you were like, okay. You're just trying to show us your uvula that's trying to kill you.
I'm thinking about making a videos of my uvula dancing.
That
It
could
might be the next thing that I put up on TikTok. Anyway, back
that
to what
could
you
be
were saying.
gross. But yeah, so
movies.
standalone.
I don't
like,
think so.
No,
I don't think so.
Mm,
There's too
I
much
mean, I
character
guess
development.
I know a little bit enough to know what somewhat goes with who, but maybe I don't know because it took me forever to figure out like who Darth Vader's mother was and like all of that. Yeah. So that's your face is going to explode.
Shmee.
That looks like you need to sneeze.
Shmee,
Shmee?
shmee,
Shmee.
shmee.
Okay. So, okay, yeah. You love it a lot more than I do. And I know there's people who love it a lot more than you do. Way lots more. Who
I wouldn't
know-
say that there's people who love it more than me. I would say that there's people who know more trivia than I know.
Okay.
In other words, they know all this useless shit. I love Star Wars because of how it makes me feel.
Nostalgic.
Well, I mean, it's one of those things that from a very unhappy childhood, one of those things that gave me true joy was Star Wars.
And you originally looked forward to the next episode coming out in real time,
Yes.
where I didn't because I was younger. And also that I didn't watch Star Wars until I was an adult. So,
Sad.
because, well, that wasn't in my poopy parents' repertoire.
I get it. I understand.
Yeah.
Now, we watched Empire the other day
Uh-huh.
because you picked.
Well, and I feel like I remembered more about it than I thought I did. But yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
Anyway,
Anyway.
I watch Empire now, and this is what's happened. This has been my evolution over time. Is I hate Obi-Wan. I hate him. I hate him. I hate him. I hate him.
I can agree with you. You hate him because he's kind of douchey and he like kept secrets that he shouldn't have kept. Maybe he thought he was trying to like protect Luke or the whole Jedi thing and make him figure it out on his own or like learn and grow. But he could have done a lot better. And I think as a parental figure because that's what he was for him, right? Like
Yeah, sort of. Yeah.
a mentor / parental. You should guide your kids and not let them fuck up too badly. You can let them fuck up a little because they got to figure out their life. But if you're like, hey, this is real fucked up, and you're gonna do it anyway because I didn't warn you about the dangers or not doing it, then that's assy.
Yeah, I mean, nothing was shrouded in mystery. If you grew up in the Jedi Temple, they taught you everything. So why would he hold anything back from Luke? It's bullshit. You know why? You know what else is bullshit? If you think about it, okay, if you really think about it, Harry Potter is Star Wars.
I mean, true. I can see that. There's like a school and an
it's basically
academy
Star
and
Wars.
like
No,
they teach them.
the big thing is like, you know how everybody's basically manipulating Harry. when they could be telling him the truth, but really all they're doing is Dumbledore is putting Harry in all these situations when he could have really helped him the whole time.
That is true. I can see that.
And Obi-Wan's
So,
kind of doing
okay.
that too. And you're like, fuck Obi-Wan, man. Obi-Wan was a piece of shit. And in the end, in Empire Strikes Back, when Darth Vader reaches out to Luke and calls him son.
Spoiler alert.
It's not a fucking spoiler.
I know, I'm kidding.
And Luke's like, Father. I'm like, they should have reunited. They could have taken the Emperor and just fucking killed his ass, and they could have ruled the freaking galaxy in the right way. You mean to tell me, I mean, seriously, if he would have learned that Leia was his sister, and then Vader's got 2 kids, now he has something to live for.
Yeah, and they could have, like, used their darkness for good. Like, because I feel like everybody is a little bit evil or good or both. And just because you think differently than, like, the Jedis, or doesn't mean that they were bad. They were probably really bad because of the Emperor.
No, they were bad because they didn't do their job. There's so many things wrong with the Jedi Order. One, trying to determine that only the Jedi could use the Force, which is stupid because there's Force users throughout the entire galaxy. You don't have to go take them to make them Jedi. There can be other orders of Force users. And the Sith also were not inherently, quote, bad. So yes, you can't sit there and just only, oh, I'm a Jedi, I'm only going to do what's right and wrong. Okay, then why did you fight in the Clone Wars? You shouldn't have fought in the Clone Wars because that's not what Jedi are supposed to do. They're supposed to be keepers of the peace. But instead, you all became generals and led troops in the Clone Wars. Makes no sense. Makes 0 sense. And poor Anakin is worried that Padme is going to die the entire time when apparently he could have just saved her. They could have just let him get married. He could have left the order, but he didn't, which was foolish. He should have listened to Padme when she's like, leave the order. He's like, what would I do? Become a plumber? No, you idiot. Do something else.
But she didn't tell him she was pregnant. So maybe if she would have divulged that information, but I guess he wanted.
Knew she was pregnant.
He did?
Yeah.
Oh.
How about Willis?
Then how did they not? How did he thought she died during childbirth?
He thought the children died in childbirth.
Oh.
And he was told, the Emperor told him that he killed Padme.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
No. Terrible shit. And then, of course.
And that was just to fuel his
course,
anger and rage and to make him have more alliance to the Emperor.
Yeah. Basically.
Because he has nothing else to do.
To live for.
Yeah.
And he's already come too far. And so now, and you know that the suit he's in has him in constant pain. So, like I'm saying, is if Luke would have just joined his father, they would have sensed that Leia was his sister, because Luke eventually senses that anyway. He would have had 2 children. They could have got him a totally different suit that wasn't painful.
Yeah.
And then he could be the balance. He could be the ultimate gray Jedi because you can use both sides of the Force, the dark and the light.
I agree with that. So back to that whole suit situation. I'm pretty sure that the Emperor was just a dick if they had that suit made to make him be in pain. Because I was thinking about the other day, like the Jedi have like crappy stuff that's like recycled and upcycled and old and dilapidated. And stop, I don't like your ugly faces. Can you just keep your dead face? Just keep your dead face. It's more, that one looks like that's sarcasm. No, just keep your relaxed, shocked and amazed. Studious? Bashful. Trying to be cute?
Keep talking.
No.
I'm
getting distracted by the faces. If you just keep it like back to your original face, it would be okay. I don't think I like this game.
It's not a game.
So this new trend. So I don't remember where I was. I'm gonna have to start the story all over again. I grew up in Detroit.
Suit? Back to the suit?
Back to the suit. So So the Jedi have all this old, dilapidated. They live on like a dirty planet, and it's all dusty and crappy or freezing cold. And they have old ships that are falling apart and crappy, and always have to be repaired. And the Jedi have, or not the Jedi, the that other one, the
Empire?
opposite, the Empire. Yeah, it couldn't come to my brain. Have all cool shit, like brand new shiny boots and cool. I mean, their uniforms are ugly, but they're still brand new and all uniform, not just mishmatches of crap. And they have cool tech, and their ships kind of look cooler and look like they have more lasers and firepower and cool stuff. And I mean, they're ugly, they're evil and ugly, and like they have a lot of ugly looking characters, but so do the Jedi, I think. So, but their stuff is much cooler, and their planet looks cooler. They have like the Death Star, which is blown up, but whatever. But it seems like it has a lot more high tech things in it.
Yeah, it's cool. It's
Yeah.
cool.
So I would probably choose that side. I'm just saying they have a lot more cool stuff. They probably actually have food instead of have to farm for some whatever that gets all destroyed.
Yeah.
And then they're starving to death and, all that.
Yeah. I mean, if you think about it, so Luke blows up the first Death Star.
Mm-hmm.
The Death Star is the size of a moon,
Okay.
basically. Now, how many people were on that?
A butt ton of people, I'm
Yeah.
sure. And a whole bunch of young baby.
Probably millions. You know, they had a
Empire.
daycare.
Yeah, they had like a bunch of children. And
Yeah.
yeah, because they're allowed to be fucking.
Yeah.
So
So, how's that any better?
it's not. It's whatever side of the coin you're looking at. So that they wrote it from the point of view that they're bad. But if you wrote it from, maybe, is there Star Wars that's written from the Empire's point of view?
No, there should be. I mean, there might, I don't know if I can't answer that 100% sure because there's so many books written, but there are stuff that's been written where there's a really good one about the Crimson Guard, the guy who was one of the guys who was, the Imperial Guard or whatever.
Like the people who dressed all in red?
Yeah, the guys in all
Okay.
of red. So that's a pretty cool book and stuff. But no, they really should do one that's from, I'm sure they probably have, but it would be a good movie if they did it. And then not pick all ugly people to play the Empire.
Yeah.
Why do they always pick people that look like fucking, like they're Nazis from World War II?
I think because that's what our side is depicting. So if you watched it from the other side, maybe they wouldn't look that way. Remember when like the Lion King came out from Timon and Pumbaa's point of view? Like there's that movie that's like from their point of view.
Sure.
And it's like, here's the lion, and it's like them talking. They could do the same thing for Star Wars.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's what I got.
And you've only seen a little bit of Rebels. You haven't seen that much of Rebels.
Is that the cartoon?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
That's the one with,
With
Kanan and
Not with
Ezra.
Omega.
No. That's that's
Because
a
I don't
different
really
one.
like her very much.
I need to finish watching it because apparently there's a lot of good Easter eggs in it, but I couldn't get past her voice and how annoying Omega is, or Mega. I can't do it.
Omega. With
Ew,
her dumb
Teak.
accent.
Hey, Teak.
And she's kind of
you-
douchey. She's like cocky for a little pipsqueak thing that thinks
Yeah.
she's cool. Like someone needs to put a beat down on her.
Yeah, Ahsoka needs to whoop her ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ground her a little bit.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to Rebels.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I watched one of the saddest episodes of Rebels the other day. Yeah. It is a really good one, but it's terribly sad.
Why is it sad?
Because Kanan dies.
I don't know who that is. So wait, okay, go back. Like the Rebels is from when? Like where does it happen in the Star Wars timeline?
Rebels happens just before Luke blows up the Death Star.
So he's
think.
more of a child? Or
Or before, hold on now. Yeah, because they're fighting the Empire. So it must be maybe it's right after Return of the Jedi. No, right before Return. I think it's right before Return of the Jedi. I would have to look. Sorry, all the Star Wars fans are screaming at me right now.
They probably are.
Very sorry.
Especially your co-nerd friends.
Yeah, very sorry, guys, but I can't know everything.
That is why you call your resources.
But yeah, so after they blew up the first Death Star, that did not end the power of the Empire. Because then, The Empire Strikes Back, second movie, in Return of the Jedi, they destroy the Empire.
Okay.
So while that's going on, Rebels is also going on,
Okay.
I believe.
Okay. So, and then who is said person who died?
Kanan.
Yeah,
so
but
Kanan was part of the order when the order was given, Order 66 or whatever was given for them to go kill all the Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
Kanan was a kid,
Mm-hmm.
and he escaped.
So he was would have been a Jedi.
Well, he was a Jedi.
Okay. But he was a kid Jedi.
Yeah, you're a Jedi until you're a master, and then you're a Jedi master, and blah, blah, blah. You're still a Jedi. You're a Jedi, then you're a Jedi Knight, Jedi Master, whatever. They're all Jedi. All the little kids are Jedi.
Okay.
So anyway, no, he escaped. And if you'll remember, we were watching The Bad Batch.
Mm-hmm.
And remember where there was that scene where the kid escaped when the Stormtroopers started shooting? I was like, I bet that's Kanan.
Oh, so it was?
And it was, yeah.
Okay, so I had a question and now I just forgot because I was trying not to be rude and interrupt. But it's gone now. See what happens when I don't interrupt? I lose my train of thought. That's not good. I don't remember. Okay, carry on.
So anyway, simultaneously, while that's going on, while they're all getting ready to take down the Empire, the rebels are doing the same thing. They're doing small missions to take out, targets.
I remember my question. So if you were a Jedi, but your parents are Jedis, right? So both parents have to be a Jedi, or
No.
like they can be married to a Muggle, like Harry Potter. Like, or does it make you not be a?
No, that's not how.
How does that work? But if you're a Jedi, you can't have sex, so you don't have a parent.
Right,
So where do the kids
exactly.
come from?
So this is why. So in the initial trilogy, there was no mention of the thing called midichlorians.
Okay.
In the very first movie, which is The Phantom Menace,
Mm-hmm.
Qui-Gon takes a sample of Anakin's blood to check his midichlorian levels.
Oh, so they make these lab kids.
No.
Type.
If you would shut up, I'll tell you what's going on.
I'm just okay. All right. I'm interrupting. It's what I do best.
Midichlorians are in many beings.
Uh-huh.
Depending on how much you have, depends on how strong the force is in you. So anybody can have the force.
Mm-hmm.
They can manipulate the force. It's just a matter of how detectable it is. And so and originally the Jedi would find these children and they would go and basically take them from their families, take them to the temple and raise them as Jedi.
So they're born by regular people.
Yes, they're just regular. It's just how much is those symbiotic organisms living in them that allows them to manipulate the force more effectively than others.
I see.
So basically it sucks because you go like, oh, your kid is this. We're going to take him to Jedi Temple. Is that cool with you? You got to give him a kid.
What happens
and then you
if
never get to see him again.
What happens if they aren't actually good Jedis? Do they get to go home or like they're just there?
Do they get to go home? You can leave the Jedi Order.
And they can go back to their family?
Yeah, you can leave the Jedi Order, but your family, why would you go back to your family? They don't even know who the fuck you are.
Why don't they know who the fuck you are?
Because by the time you leave the Order, you're like 19 years old. They took you when you were a baby.
Oh, like infant they took.
Yes.
Like that's sad. Like, so, that kind of makes that population not want to really reproduce, I guess, because you're going to be, you might have your kid taken away, or is it like an honor that your kid's a Jedi?
Well, they make it seem like that's an honorable. They're like, oh my God, my kid gets to go become a Jedi. Which I'm like, yeah, your kid doesn't get to fuck.
And you don't get to have a family, like your Jedi family, but whatever.
Yeah, if you remember The Phantom Menace, when Qui-Gon takes Anakin to meet the Council, they say they won't train him because he's too old. And he's only like 9 or whatever. Yeah, they want him when they're babies. They took Ahsoka when she was a baby.
Yeah, that's like Catholicism. They try to like bring you in when you're an infant and when you don't even understand what the fuck is going on. Why?
Yeah, the Sith just steal you from your family.
Doesn't matter what age.
The Sith just take you. They're like, hey, how's it going? And they make you seem like they're taking you to be a Jedi, and they're like, no, yeah, we're with a Jedi. Yeah, we all wear black and have red swords. We're with a Jedi.
Yeah, that seems logical. Like, people can't tell if it's been around for years and years and years. They don't know who is a Jedi and who's not. Come on.
Yeah, well, all of Star Wars is basically being retconned. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're like, oh, thinking up stuff and trying to making it part of
the original stuff to fit
kind of,
the
which is fine. But if you're like a true, like if the first 3, which is 4, 5, and 6, are your foundation of everything, which they are for me, I don't mind the other stuff. I'm like, okay, it's cool, but I go by the first.
So you
3.
like suspend disbelief for the stuff that you don't think fits the timeline correctly or within the storyline how you feel like it should have been.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just that's why you don't like Omega, because she's poopy. There's probably a lot of Omega fans. They like her.
Oh yeah,
I'm sure there is.
I mean, everybody's like, oh, you haven't watched all the Bad Batch. I'm like, I can't get past freaking Omega. She drives me fucking bonkers.
Yeah, she's so naughty. She's like the Curious George of freaking Star Wars.
Yeah, I don't know how I would describe. I like Curious George though.
Yeah, but he's a very naughty little monkey.
He's always in trouble. But that's
He
the
is.
man in the yellow hat's fault for not watching him. He's a
Well,
fucking
then
wild
maybe
animal.
it's the people in the Bad Batch's fault for not watching her well enough. How does she sneak away all the time and get when you're?
I don't know. I hate her hat
Yeah, I do.
and her stupid bowcaster or whatever it's supposed to be. It's not a bowcaster. It's whatever it's supposed to be. I don't know.
Yeah.
Chewbacca has a bowcaster. Hers is just a retarded.
Weird crossbow thing.
No, it's not even a
Or
crossbow.
No, I don't
It's
even
a
know.
Like
Something.
a compound bow. Like they stole it from the first Dungeons and Dragons cartoon where the ranger had that cool bow that would shoot like lightning arrows. Anyway.
So if you could be a Star Wars character, which one would you
My
be?
own.
So you would have what? You would be what kind of character?
That'd be a gray Jedi.
So what color would your lightsaber be?
Orange.
Why orange?
Because that's the color.
Oh, I don't know these things. I know that I just found out there was like a purple one, like not too long ago.
That wasn't canon though until that was all Samuel Jackson wanted a purple lightsaber. So
I mean, that
they
is
let him
pretty
have
dope. I mean, I'd let
lame.
you wouldn't
not
let
dope.
Samuel Jackson have whatever fucking light colored lightsaber he wanted.
I mean, no, because that is what broke the canon to begin with.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
that's not true because in the Clone Wars, the Temple Guards had like white lightsabers or some shit. So, and you'll see that too in freaking Rebels.
Who
and
has a
Clone Wars.
black one?
There's only one. That's the Mandalorian.
Oh.
That's the original, the Jedi. They had one Jedi was a Mandalorian. He had the black saber or the dark saber, whatever it's called. Yeah. See, I know a little bit, guys. I'm not going to get all freaking into the minutia.
The minutia.
The minutia of it
So,
all.
do you know? I feel like I know a lot of people who remind me of Star Wars characters. So, and we won't. You don't have to name them specifically because like they're generic people. But I thought of like a couple people who definitely remind me of like Jabba the Hutt. And one of them was a doctor that you used to work with who was just like flat up, straight up like a. I'm not trying to be mean, but a gross pig who was big and gross, but also kind of stinky, but had a harem of women who liked him or were with him. And yeah, and he had crazy self-esteem for somebody who was not so cute and very gross and Jabba the Hutt like.
Yeah, and he ate the same way.
He did. Yeah, it was so gross. So, but who else? Like do you have other people that you would
And food would fall on his front butt.
and they always have like dirty sleeves. I'm like, why do you have dirty sleeves?
Yeah.
I mean,
One time he came in pleated shorts. It was the most funny thing I'd ever seen.
oh, pleated pants were a big thing too.
No, pleated
Yeah,
shorts.
I know.
One
But
day he came in pleated shorts.
with diabetics shoes or
I don't remember.
okay,
But it was very funny. It was
probably
amusing.
white socks for sure.
It was amusing. Anyway. Anybody that reminds me of no.
C3PO.
No.
No, like I feel like a lot of people are that way, like just obnoxious and annoying. And I mean, maybe I kind of am like C3PO a little bit, but
Yeah, you're definitely fucking annoying and spit out random shit that it has no point.
right, and just randomly have anxiety for no reason. I feel like I'm a C3PO, maybe a little bit. I don't want to be.
I don't understand this with the droid, right?
Uh huh.
So C3PO, super slow as fuck.
Yeah.
He's a droid. R2D2, badass droid. Why didn't they put them in better, lower, appendages? Like, why not make C3PO faster?
Yeah, or give R2D2 like 4 legs or something. 3 legs is really dumb.
Yeah, and R2D2 can fly. So that's also goofy. Like, why are we always showing him having a hard time doing this and that?
Yeah, he could just fly out of where he's stuck, where he's like tipped over and stuck.
And why do we have to have a translator to know what R2D2 is saying?
Yeah, he should have
We don't
enough
have the
languages.
tech enough.
I mean, like Siri on my phone can do a lot of languages. If R2D2's whatever you want to call him,
Astromech.
yeah, then he should have many, many languages as well.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Maybe he really does talk, but nobody can understand him.
No, I really want to see them do a show. I would like to see them do either the Lego movie, like a Lego movie where it's from R2D2's point of view, but he's talking the whole time. And it would be okay if Samuel L. Jackson did his voice.
Ooh, that would be cool.
But he would have to swear too, and be like,
yeah.
Why
I mean,
the
I
fuck
feel
are we
like
going over- why the
R2D2
fuck are
probably
we
swears
going
a
over
lot.
there?
Yeah, I feel like R2D2, like maybe that's why R2D2 doesn't have a voice, because all it is fucking swearing the whole time.
So the bleeps and bloops are actually the
Yeah,
5
they're
minute
just
delay.
all
They're just
swears.
just bleeping.
Yeah.
Chopper swears.
Which one's Chopper?
Chopper is the droid on Rebels.
What is he? Orange?
Yes.
Okay.
He swears. He's also
That's
killed a shitload of people. He's like a fucking straight up murderer droid.
Who's the tall, skinny, like 3POs, but they're not C3POs. They're like tall and gray and like robots.
I mean the assassination droids?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what their nomenclature is, but yeah, that's what they do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What is your favorite Star Wars? What's your favorite Star Wars movie?
I feel like the only
Wrong.
No,
sorry.
wrong.
No, just kidding.
Oh, I feel like the original like episode 4 is going to be my favorite one because that's the first one that I actually saw as an adult. So, and I mean, you can't make me quote or do anything from it but that's like where I wouldn't have watched any more of them if I didn't watch the first one.
But you said they're standalone. They could be standalone
They could
movies.
be like I feel like you could watch like
No.
You couldn't. I don't know.
No, you can't.
All right.
No,
Well,
you can't,
I feel
you
like
couldn't. No.
the children started out watching the newer ones before they watched the older ones.
No,
And
Skylar saw the new ones in the theater when he was little.
yeah,
I
but
took
he
him because
probably
I was
didn't
super excited.
watch the others first.
I'm pretty sure I had him watch the other ones.
Maybe. So, but I feel like most people didn't watch the first ones first. They probably watched the newer ones and then they went back if they liked what they saw or
Well, no, you can tell by generations. Like who likes what.
okay.
Like Skylar's age does like, oh, these movies are great. I'm like, fuck those movies. And I'm like the old ones are the best ones.
What do you think about Kylo Ren?
I think that he's so sad. He's so emo.
He's like an emo teenager.
He's an emo Sith. He's so emo. Yeah, it's pretty silly.
Yeah. And
Because he had such potential to be a good Jedi or a good Sith, but he was just like too mopey.
Well, maybe he could have been a good gray person then.
Yeah, he would have probably been a pretty decent gray Jedi. Same with Rey. Rey's not meant to be a Jedi. She's too strong with the dark side, so she needs to be a gray Jedi. Which hopefully that's where they go with it, but you never know.
You never know.
You never know.
So is Boba Fett a good guy or a bad guy?
Boba Fett is an assassin. He's a bad guy.
But
He's a mercenary.
sometimes seems to be not so bad.
Oh, that's the new take on it where they did the Boba Fett series. That's not how he was. Boba Fett is Jango Fett's son, quote, son. They're all the clones are Jango Fett's kids because they're all clones of him. But Boba Fett was raised by Jango until Mace Windu cut Jango's head off, which was hilarious. And then Boba goes off with the other mercenaries and gets his training and becomes Boba Fett. But no, he's oops.
Ooh,
Hit
that
the swing
wasn't
arm.
me.
Hit the swing arm.
That wasn't me. Oh, shocked. This never happens because he's the perfect podcaster.
I am the perfect podcaster, but occasionally things
Accidents happen.
They do.
He does not make mouth noises, though. Just no mouth noises from him. He probably does. He just edits them out just to make us look bad.
No.
No?
No, because I don't do it. Listen to some other podcast, Swan, and you'll see that I'm telling the truth.
Some other podcast.
I am
the superior.
I am great at podcasting.
I'm great.
I can't help it. It's true.
What face is that? Is that your like great face?
Sure.
That looks like your normal face.
You look like my asshole.
Ooh, harsh. Stretched out. Blown out and like touching cloth all the time because you have no butt. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, that's gross. Don't turn your
It's my
teeth
predator
inside
look.
out. Oh, that looks like your
Looks
jaw's
like I have a
gonna fall
mandible.
off.
Looks like I have a extending mandible.
Yeah, that's gross.
Anyway, back to what would be your second favorite movie then? Or what's your favorite Star Wars overall in general, other than the first movie? Does it just go by the 4, 5, and 6, or what?
Yeah, probably. I don't know. I'm thinking still the first one, 4. But I mean, I did think the Rey ones were okay. Like they're okay as like action new movies and it gives like new life to it all. and she's like looking for her family, and she's empowering to women and all that stuff. And yeah.
Yeah, I don't
And-
think they're bad. I don't know why everybody gets so
no,
mad
I
about
don't
them.
think they're bad. And then who's the boy that was the stormtrooper that became a good person? Like
Finn?
yeah, Finn. I think he's okay too. Like he's trying. So
Yeah. But they're trying to make him too Jedi-like.
yeah, I think
Like she's going to train him to be a Jedi, which is dumb because Finn wants to get those drawers.
probably.
So
So
Finn's
he
gonna be
shouldn't
like-
be a Jedi.
No, Finn's going to be like, fuck that.
He's like, I just
gotta
want
do
to be
what?
a normal person with the ability to have sex.
He's like, girl, you know what I'm working with over here?
That's so stereotypical and racist. Yeah. Why are you being racist? You're just making assumptions.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Is there any gay Star Wars characters?
I don't know. The dude who was in freaking, whatchamacallit, that movie, the Acolyte, who's a Jedi, where they all dress the same. I'm like, isn't that dude's, yeah. He's a Twinkie.
He's questionable.
Definitely a Twinkie.
Not that there's anything wrong with that. You can be whatever you want to be.
No, but he also has no skills. So how did he make it through the Jedi trials and be a total douche? That makes no sense. You have to make it through the Jedi trials.
Maybe
So-
he got a bye.
You can't do that.
No.
The only way you can
Someone
the only way you
protected
can not
him?
the only way you don't have to do the Jedi trials is Obi-Wan didn't have to do
He
the
got
trials.
a doctor's note.
Obi-Wan didn't have to do the Jedi. He didn't have to do the trials.
Why?
Because he was the first person to kill a Sith in 1,000 years.
Oh.
So they just were like, nope, you're a Jedi master.
So he might have done something accidentally on purpose, so he got a pass, too.
Well, he got a pass because he killed.
Not him, the other guy.
I seriously doubt it.
No.
You'd have to watch the
I mean,
Acolyte
maybe
again.
he tripped
Why
and
are you
fell.
yelling?
And
Why are you yelling?
Because that's what I do. When I get excited, I yell. So he tripped and fell and killed somebody, and they're like, "Oh yeah,
There had been
good
no
job.
Sith killed in 1,000 years.
Okay,
The Acolyte
well,
doesn't take place 1,000 years ago.
Hmm.
Yoda's in the Acolyte.
Oh.
In the very last episode, you see Yoda. 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 Yo-yo. Yoda. Speaking of which, I would have to say that this is what I like the most. I like 4, 5, and 6,
Mhm.
obviously.
Mm-hmm.
I like Rogue One, which would have been my pick to watch the other night if you wouldn't have picked Empire.
Oh, well, we could watch that tonight, maybe.
I like that. And then I like Rebels more than I like the Clone Wars. I know. I'm going to get some hate on that. There's some good Clone Wars episodes, but there's too many. It's like 7 damn seasons. And there's like
long.
24 episodes per season. And there's a lot of shit episodes that I'm like, I didn't need to see that. Like if you watch the essential ones, I like it where they break it down. They're like, these are the essential Ahsoka Tano Clone Wars episodes. You watch those. Like these are the essential Anakin ones. You watch those.
Did somebody catalog them like that?
Yeah,
Probably
there's,
someone
There's
did.
like the essential Ahsokas and blah,
Okay.
blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
So, but Star Wars is pretty fucking smart. I mean, they've capitalized on your nostalgia and your age of people. Then they got like the children's ones with the Lego Star Wars stuff where they don't say bad words or kill anybody because it's not morally correct and they want to let children watch it. Then they got like the Disney version and like the normal cartoon version that's a little more PG-13-ish. And they got Disney World and Star Wars and like tons of merchandise. Like that's all around a freaking great thing. And then you got the good guys and the bad guys, so you can get whichever portion of things you
Yeah.
want.
Yeah, I really want to go to whatever they call it in California and build my own lightsaber.
Oh, the Star Wars world or whatever. Yeah.
It's like $300 or something.
It's pretty expensive.
But I totally want to do it.
It is probably worth it, I guess, if you have the Disney experience. If you're going to spend $169 on a ticket to go to Disney anyway, I don't know if that's exactly how much it was, but it's a lot of money. You might as well have what's $300 more, honestly, when you pay $50 for a Mickey Mouse waffle.
Yeah, if only I could just go on vacation and somebody could go too.
Oh, yeah, that would be great.
It would be great, but apparently that's not going to happen.
That would be pretty
but
dope.
I would love to build my own.
What is the
lightsaber.
money called in Star Wars?
Credits?
Yeah, they had that's the gift. Like you can buy a card at Star Wars World. That's that, and it's your like how you pay for stuff. It's pretty cool.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Fancy.
and you can like recharge it, so it's like your debit card, whatever you load it up with. Money.
Anyway, so Rebels for cartoons. And then Clone Wars. And then out of the different series, It's got to be the Mandalorian, and then Andor. Well, Mandalorian, and then probably Ahsoka. There's some things that in Ahsoka that I did not like. But when Ezra fights without a lightsaber and he's stopping the lightsaber with its with the Force, it's pretty fucking dope. Obi-Wan was pretty cool when Darth Vader was fighting. But then Obi-Wan beats him in the end, and I'm like, what? Fuck no.
Darth Vader's probably way more powerful.
Yeah, Darth Vader's... That's one of the things that always annoys me. I'm like, Obi-Wan is not more powerful than Darth Vader.
But maybe, do you think Vader was just fucking with him a little bit to make it a challenge? He's like, I know I could kill you right now, but might as well just,
I mean, there were cool moments because I do hate Obi-Wan, but I don't hate... what's his name? God damn it. The guy who plays Obi-Wan.
I don't know the answer to that question. I'm very bad at names of actors and such. So I have a question while you're thinking of that. It'll come to your brain. If you got to bang a Star Wars character, which one would it be?
Padme.
Padme?
Hell yeah.
I figured you'd pick like one of the, like, who's the chick that's the Mandalorian?
Oh, it is Ewan McGregor. That's who I thought it was. Who's the chick? Who's the Mandalorian?
Not the Mandalorian, but the chick with the helmet.
The chick with the helmet.
Yeah, she's like a leader.
Oh, you're talking about yeah. She's a Mandalorian.
Okay, she's a Mandalorian.
She's
whatever. She's like the blue outfit.
Of the Mandalores.
Yeah, that chick.
She looks good on the show, but she's no Padme.
No.
Especially in was it Attack of the Clones, where Padme's freaking shirt gets ripped in the midriff. And you see her abs. You're like, hell yeah!
Not a Princess Leia. You're not gonna.
Oh, I love Princess Leia, but
so you just have a harem. You just go through. Yeah.
Princess Leia is. I mean, Carrie Fisher rocks it like 100% in Return of the Jedi. But I have to give it to Padme.
Not the chick with the big long head things. Like, if you need an alien.
Well, the Twi'lek. Well, if I was picking a Twi'lek, I would pick the one who's actually a Sith. What is her name?
She's like more black and
she's
white.
Red. She's red black and red.
Yeah.
Red.
We're disturbed. Lethen?
She is Darth.
No. Lethen.
What is her name?
It says.
That's not it.
It's not her name.
She's the Sith. Red. Like Sith Lord. Darth Talon. That's who it is. Darth Talon is badass.
Because you like them evil.
Oh, she's like jacked.
She does look pretty jacked.
She's jacked. But she's not. She's not in the movies, obviously. Can't make her. She's too awesome. No, Padme, though. I mean, freaking Natalie Portman in Attack of the Clones, jacked. Awesome looking. But then they made her pregnant. You're like, oh, God damn it. Always ruins it. They made her freaking pregnant in the freaking last, what is it? God, what the fuck is the name of that movie? Attack of the Clones. Revenge of the Sith? Yeah, that's what it is.
Sure.
Yeah. But in Revenge of the Sith, Anakin started to look dope. But then he gets his ass beat by Obi-Wan, which is stupid. There's so much inconsistency, or there's so much contradictions. Like remember when I yelled at Yoda the other day?
Yeah, you yelled
when
at
Yoda
Yoda.
was like,
why didn't you tell him?
No, that was Obi-Wan.
Oh.
Fuck off, Obi-Wan.
I thought you were yelling at Yoda for
I did
not
yell
giving
at,
him...
well, I did yell at Yoda because Yoda acted like, okay, so R2-D2 acted like he didn't know who Yoda was, and Yoda acted like he didn't know R2-D2 was, but they knew who each other were.
I mean, how could they not? Yeah,
R2-D2 was Anakin's droid.
Yeah.
So the only one who has an excuse is C-3PO.
Because his memory has been wiped
he's
times.
had his memory wiped so many times, it's insane.
And R2-D2 has not, ever.
No.
So that is pretty bullshit on his... I mean, he had a little malfunction.
All the stories, don't you know that's the story? That all the Star Wars stories are actually R2-D2 telling C-3PO about all the adventures. So every single, everything, Bad Batch, Rebels, all the movies, everything is R2-D2 retelling the stories to C-3PO.
Well, yeah, that makes R2-D2 kind of a dick then. Or
the most ride or die droid ever. He has loyalty. He's still loyal to Anakin and keeping Anakin secret. Because, Anakin was his homie.
And he didn't bust him out for being Darth Vader.
No.
So I guess that does make R2-D2 pretty badass.
Yeah, and then who does his loyalty go to after Darth Vader dies? He's only loyal
Luke.
to Luke.
Hmm.
Yeah, so, and he always saves everybody. I mean, who's the hero of most of the movies? It's R2-D2.
I mean, he opened the door. He like figures shit out.
Fix the
he
Millennium
like fixes,
Falcon.
Yeah.
Yep, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's amazing how much my perception of everything has changed since as I've gotten older. Because, like, I find Han Solo to be incredibly annoying.
He's pretty cocky. And like that's part of his character. But do you think he's cocky because he's actually got low self-esteem?
No.
No.
You have to read in the comics and stuff, he's cocky too.
Oh.
And in the stories and the books and whatever. No, he's just a D-bag.
Because, I mean, he doesn't really have any superpowers or anything. He's just a man.
Yeah.
So.
He's just a pilot. But really, the best pilot is Darth Vader. Still the best pilot.
And Chewbacca's pretty up there.
Yeah, Chewbacca's a better pilot than Han Solo. Fuck Han Solo.
Yeah. I mean.
Anyway. Chewbacca never gets the respect that he deserves.
He's
Neither
probably
does
pretty
R2-D2.
lonely. Chewbacca, don't you think he's lonely? Like
Well, he hangs out with Han because Han saved his life, so he has a life debt or whatever to Han.
Yeah, so that's probably sad. He could have went back and tried to find his own people again.
Well, his people have a whole planet.
But he could have went and like lived with them and like had babies and stuff. And instead, he's like,
He got time. Wookiees live a really long time. He outlived Han. He'll outlive everybody else. They get pretty old. He was already like 100 years old or some shit when he met Han. Don't quote me. I'm telling you. I don't remember exactly how old he was, but he was old. Rest in peace, Peter Mayhew.
And do you think that anybody like understands his language, his Wookiee language?
Yeah, Han does. Han's one of the only humans that actually speaks Wookiee or understands Wookiee, apparently, according to the books that I read. Who knows?
I mean, R2-D2 probably understands
Well,
him, right?
I mean, C-3PO does.
Because they can like translate his language.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, it's about time for your Manic Minute, Swan.
Okay.
This will be fun.
Oh God, please don't make it be about Star Wars.
Oh, it's about Star Wars.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, it's about Star Wars. Why would it not be about Star Wars?
I don't know because I feel like I don't know anything and it's going to be me saying fuck a lot.
Well, here we go.
Here
Now
we
it's time
go.
for the show. And here's the time in the show where you get a glimpse into the psychosis that is the Swan. And this is a Star Wars one. Swan, your topic is... Are you ready for it?
I guess. I'm scared.
People who call Grogu Baby Yoda.
Okay.
One of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in the rambling, incoherent response were you consider the rest of the in this room is now done for having lived. I'm bleeding. There was no point. And may God have mercy on your soul.
People who call Baby Yoda, Grogu, Baby Yoda, whatever. Anyway, I feel like in the beginning, maybe I'm wrong, and I don't know, you can like quote me on this, but maybe they didn't know he wasn't Baby Yoda, so they just started calling him Baby Yoda, because I don't think he was called Grogu for a long time. And then they said Grogu, but Baby Yoda kind of stuck, and it's cuter that way. Grogu sounds like some groggy kind of shit that you stir up in a pot, and it's gross. So you don't want to really eat that or talk about it. So you call him Baby Yoda because he's cute and he's Baby Yoda, and then you can probably think of what Yoda looked like when he was younger, and you probably assume that Yoda was just as cute as Baby Grogu or Baby Yoda. And then Grogu is probably, I don't know how old he is, but he's definitely not a baby. But even though he's like acts like a baby and he's kind of like mischievous and cute, so Baby Yoda fits more better than Grogu. And Baby Grogu just sounds stupid. It sounds like premature groggy shit that you're not gonna even want to eat or drink. So it's definitely probably Baby Yoda. And everybody, that maybe like makes people like Yoda even more because he's called Baby Yoda. You got Baby Yoda and you got Yoda and you got Grogu. So then you can just lump them all together and they're like a species that's really super cute.
Okay.
Okay.
I figured you would talk about Yoda fucking to make baby. I figured there would be some...
Oh, I didn't even get to that part yet. I've only seen a Yoda, like one of them. So
YODA. What about Yaddle?
Yoda. Is that the girl one?
Yeah.
Oh.
There's an entire planet of them, but no one knows where that planet is. It's one of the great
don't think-
mysteries.
If Yoda is so fucking smart, he doesn't know where his people are. He can't like use the Force to find them, or does he
Oh,
not
I'm
want
sure
to?
he knows where they are.
Maybe he's
it's
just
supposed to be a secret.
I was keeping it. He was keeping it secret, so it's safe, so nobody's gonna like want their own Yoda.
Yeah, there's an entire there's been many Jedi that were like Yoda.
Because if you
And Yoda, when he was young, was like a super badass.
I mean, he's old and a badass.
Yeah, he's still a badass. Yeah, for sure.
So, and I mean, how
Grogu
many
is like
people?
around. Grogu is like 50-ish.
Yeah. So, and look at how many people want Grogu. So, if Yoda told where his planet was, they would just steal them all and make them like pets and stuff.
No, they probably wouldn't be able to because everybody from that planet is Force sensitive. Yoda just happens to be like super, super Force sensitive.
So, why would he not want to go back to his planet? He just wants to
Well,
live
train
in a
Jedi.
Okay.
That was his ultimate thing, I guess. I'm assuming to train Jedi.
Were you sad when Yoda died?
Yes,
Did you cry?
I probably did. Actually, when Yoda died.
Yeah. I mean, he was pretty old though.
Yeah, like 900 something.
Yeah.
True.
What movie? I don't remember which movie. The like mechanic person with the big glasses, like she's like it's a her. She's like a brown thing that. Oh, she's like.
Oh yeah. You're talking about in the Disney Star Wars with Rey and everything. She's the one who gives Rey Luke's lightsaber.
Lightsaber, yeah. She's kind of funny.
She's pretty old.
She's pretty old.
too.
Yeah.
Yep. Maz.
Yeah,
Maz?
I think that's
Maz.
I don't know,
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I wish they would tell the story of how they got the lightsaber. Which I mean, obviously, some janitor found it.
Probably. And they just put it away and saved
Yeah,
it. And
they're
they're
like-
like, this is pretty important. It's cool.
Yeah, they just put it in
I
the
mean,
lost and found.
You can't. Like, no one picked it up.
They put it in lost and found, and Darth Vader's like, "What the? Hey, that's my shit, bro."
Like, no one claimed it in 2 weeks. It's ours now.
Come on, motherfucker. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I feel like we've probably exhausted Star Wars.
Yeah, I could talk
No,
about Star Wars
yeah.
forever. But anyway, nice job, Swan, on your sort of Grogu-ish stuff. Who's your favorite character?
I feel like if I like the Mandalorian and Grogu for sure. Because, I mean, Baby Yoda is pretty fucking cute.
It's pretty dope.
And he's like, makes it funny. And he's like mischievous, but he's kind of obnoxious like a child. But then it's cute too, because you're like, oh, I just want to carry him around and he's super cute.
Yeah. I can't wait for them to age him a little bit and put him in Mandalorian armor and have him carry a lightsaber.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. That'd be fucking dope.
He needs a little helmet. That's so cute.
Yeah,
with
exactly. Have you seen where people do the fan art?
Chainmail like stuff for
No, or the fan art
With
where he's like in full Mandalorian armor.
with the helmet and
it's pretty
it's
fucking
pretty
cool.
cute.
Yeah.
I'm undecided if I would cut his ears off if they weren't Mandalorian. If they weren't, if he didn't have armor over his ears, like covering, if his ears stuck out, it would be super cute with his Mandalorian hat, hood, whatever. But you couldn't rightfully leave his ears exposed because they would be the first thing that someone cuts off. You'd have to like Beskar them.
Yeah, maybe.
With the ears. So it goes on with his ears out, like Mickey Mouse ears.
Yeah, that's what I don't understand the whole thing with lightsabers in general. So if I had a lightsaber, my handle and crossguard would be made out of Beskar.
That's a good idea.
Instead of like Kylo Ren, where he has the
That
crossguard
that is
that's
a
the plasma
lightsaber.
saber.
You
I'm like,
definitely cut your own self
yeah, you
easily.
can't flip it around. I'm like, you know how hard it is to flip around a crossguard sword, like a hand and a half sword. I'm like, I always touch my wrist.
Or if you fell, like you would totally cut yourself with the side, like you'd fall on it. You'd impale yourself.
Yeah, I would totally have a hand and a half or a two-handed sword with a crossguard made out of Beskar.
That seems like
And
a
I would
pretty
whoop
idea.
everybody's ass. I would be so, yeah.
I mean, I kind of do like the double-sided lightsaber, but again, that's kind of stupid too. Unless you have the ability to like turn one side off at a time. I can only use one side.
Yeah, I mean, how many people like chop their own damn leg off?
Yeah.
Let
that's
go!
it.
Woo! Woo! Yeah. No, not good.
At least it cauterizes it right away. I mean, that is like the goodness of.
I mean, sure, you can replace the limb too, but I mean, like, eventually you're just a head. So, probably not a great plan.
Yeah, probably not.
All right, well, this was fun. I can't believe I had fun discussing Star Wars with Swan.
Go Swan! Yay!
I don't get
My fans. I'm going to say hi to my fans. who
You didn't ask me who my favorite character was.
I did ask you who your favorite character was, I'm pretty sure.
Nope, didn't.
Oh, well, who's your favorite character?
Darth Vader.
Obviously.
Well, not so super obviously.
I mean, you know you're going to be dark. You're going towards the dark side for sure. And
Here's
I
the
mean, you
thing.
wouldn't like the Emperor.
No, I hate the Emperor.
He's so gross looking.
I hate the Emperor more than I hate Obi-Wan and Mace Windu. Yeah, I hate him so much. You know why I hate him? Is because, like, Darth Maul is a pretty damn good Sith.
Yeah,
You know?
and his character is, for being ugly and evil looking, he's actually pretty cool looking.
I don't think he's ugly. I think he's a cool look. He's a cool look.
No, I
his
mean, just
species.
evil is ugly.
The species
like,
of his planet,
yes.
that's what they look like. But the markings on him are tattoos.
Oh, they're just all red usually?
No, that's the black. The black is his tattoos.
Yeah, that's what I
he's
mean.
Red.
They're usually red and they have black tattoos.
No, they're different colors.
Oh.
Like some of them are like brown and whatever. But no, he's tattooed everywhere. Anyway, so he's a pretty good Sith. Like, he's very skilled. What's annoying is his brother went to go find him in the Clone Wars. Yeah, his brother went to go find him. He finds his brother, and the Emperor kills his brother.
That's pretty douchey.
Because he finds out that Maul is still alive, and that he's got a brother who's going to be his apprentice. And of course, he's the only Sith. So he goes and kills his brother.
That's assy.
Yeah. But he whoops both of their asses. Like, easy. No problem. Whips both their asses. Yeah.
I see.
Yeah. He's too good of a swordsman. Like, he basically, and there's debates, did Yoda actually win the battle between those two? Or did the Emperor win? And a lot of people are like, no, the Emperor beat Yoda. I'm like, I don't think so.
I feel like Yoda's probably pretty fucking powerful. So
No,
that
they
might have
fought.
not. Yeah, but I feel like Yoda should have won.
The best swordsman, honestly, who would have won and beat all of them was Count Dooku.
I don't know who that is.
Count Dooku?
Mm-hmm. I've heard that name.
He was a Jedi, and then he's the one who was the leader of the Trade Federation forces or whatever, the bad guys who in 4, 5, and 6. But in real life, he is a fencer. Well, he's dead now. He's the guy who James Bond was based after because he was a spy in like the Royal Air Force, the British Royal Air Force, or RAF or whatever.
And probably his fight scenes were cool if he was really a fencer.
Yeah, when you look at his sword, his lightsaber, it's his handle is curved because he's a fencer. So he picked how his handle would be made and all other shit. So
I mean, that makes sense if you're trained to do that.
yeah, yeah. But so that's what I'm saying. Who would have won all of them? Count Dooku. Any hooba-dooba.
Anyways.
All right, well, that's it for us. That's it for me. It's been a fun Star Wars conversation. Probably going to make some people mad. So, hey, guys, look,
You
I
never
love Star
can
Wars.
learn anything on this podcast anyway, so just take it for what you want.
Yeah, I love Star Wars. But I don't know the name of everything. I'm glad that there are people that do that. But for me, it's how it makes me feel.
And since you're listening, Jason Momoa, he's not saying you're small.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying Jesus
Might
Jesus,
make you look small.
Yeah, my Jesus makes everybody look small.
As compared to Jesus.
Yeah, and that's why you should be scared, devil. 'Cause Jesus will whoop your ass. Anyway, so that's it for me. I don't have anything coming up, which is good because I'm kind of glad about that. That means I can start scouting comedians again, maybe do some yard work, focus on the podcast. Really want to focus on the podcast. I really want to write a new one, and hopefully we can kind of pitch that to people.
That would be pretty cool.
Yeah,
stay tuned because it's
stay tuned.
coming. We'll give you
It's
some
coming.
teasers
It's
about
coming.
it eventually, and some things. But
That's it for me. And this is my face where I'm doing the pee-pee dance because I gotta go.
you gotta go pee pee.
I go pee-pee.
That doesn't look that looks painful. So that looks more like a pee pee face. Good job. Good job.
And adios, muchachos.
All right, and from the Swan, we have our next show, which will be our 3rd annual Slap Your Tail Comedy Pride show on Saturday, June 14th at the Dormouse Theater in Kalamazoo, Michigan. The doors open at 8:30. The show starts at 9. We're going to have some pretty dope comedians. Our headliner is Jamie Schreiner. Woo-hoo. Our feature is Danny Lang.
Yeah.
Our opener
Yeah.
is Amira Sanders.
What?
And it is hosted by the one and only Nicole Melnick. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah, so get your tickets now at dormousetheater.com. Send us a message if you have any questions or anything like that, but it's going to be pretty freaking dope.
Yeah, and check out our website, slaptailnation.com, where you can see all the bios of the comedians, and you can see the bios of us as the podcast team.
Yeah, and
Check
like and
us
follow,
out.
share us with your friends, all that stuff. Reach out if you have any questions, or if you want to like donate a sticker, reach out to us and we'll send you the address to send said stickers to. Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
I got this. It's all good.
Okay.
All right. Anyways, bye from the Swan.